Hello and welcome to another audio commentary done by Luminous, and today I'm going to bring you a Dota game between Starsboba and Razer.Singapore. These two teams can be considered the premier powerhouse between Asian teams. Of course, CH is in there, Aeon is in there, and a whole bunch of other teams in there. But SB and Razer.Singapore, they're definitely considered one of the better teams in Asia, and I'm looking forward to them having a good showing in this match, as well as in SMM. Speaking of SMM, if you're fortunate enough to go, please take some pictures and send it to me, so I could post it in some of my other videos to show the other people who are less fortunate that might not be able to go. I definitely won't be able to go, so quite unfortunate there. However, I will cast the games when I see them come out, and hopefully we'll have a really epic finals that a lot of European, Asians, and all these bashing back and forth want to see. So definitely I'm wishing for a good finals. But beyond that, let's go back to this game. If you look at the picks and bans, in previous replays I've done, I've been neglecting a bit on those parts. But today I'm going to focus more on that. If you see the Razer.Singapore ban, the first thing they ban is TIE Hunter, which nowadays is really becoming a common ban because the buff on his Kraken Shell, basically whenever he takes over 600 damage, all negative buffs are removed. So, in other words, he cannot be chain stunned to death. He doesn't even need daggers or BKB anymore. All he has to do is walk straight in and just get his ultimate off. And being an item independent hero like that, Tai is able to get his ultimate off every single fight, which makes it really annoying for the other team. So they do ban that. Doom is also becoming a common ban, not because he's a really strong hero. He's definitely a good hero. However, his ultimate just keeps a lot of heroes out of fights for a long time. Specifically, keeps heroes like Storm Spirit out. So you've seen that Razer has banned Doombringer. I'm not sure if they're going to pick a Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is really a common pick nowadays, being able to have really powerful initiation tools with his Ball Lightning and then that little hookling grip thing. And it's really a strong combo with a lot of burst damage in this metagame. So I'm really confused in terms of Starsboba's pick, because at the beginning they have a lot of burst damage with Lion and Zues in there, but they don't really have that many stuns. So I'm looking forward to their last pick being another chain stunner like Lion, and hopefully Spec and Morphling will carry. Right now, I'm not sure what Razer.ToFu is going. I'm pretty sure they're going to go Storm Spirit. There we go. Storm Spirit is being picked. The Doombringer ban is kind of obvious, if you will. And I wonder what the last pick is. Probably another chain stunner, another nuke damage, or maybe a solo hero, given that they only have really 2 reliable solos. And I'm not sure what their laning will be like. If you look at the players on each side, they pick a Nevermore. I'm not sure if I like that, because Nevermore is one of those paper HP heroes. If he gets going, he's quite a strong hero to think about, but that's if he gets going. And in this metagame, it's really difficult to get any hero going without having at least 2 or 3 deaths. And I'm not sure if Nevermore could afford that. And if you look at the last pick for Starsboba, they picked a Furion. More experienced Dota players that have been playing for a long time will definitely recognize this as a global strat. Global strat was back. It was really popular back, I don't know, 20 patches ago maybe. Given its powerful ability of mid-game team fight, if someone gets ganked in the forest, all like 3 or 4 teammates are able to come and just support gank. Furion could TP, Spectre could ultimate, and Zues could get a nuke off across the map. And this strategy is really strong in joining team fights and counter ganks and whatnot. So, but it's really odd to see it in 6.64. Nowadays it's all about burst damage. If you look at the heroes on the Sentinel, they don't have that many burst damage. Of course, Furion cannot have burst damage, and Spectre really doesn't have that much to offer until maybe 40 minutes into the game. So I'm really interested in how Starsboba is gonna cope with this early game, because I don't think they will have a good time, even though the Singapore team does not have that much nukes, or does not have that much stuns. They have a lot of nuking power. Razes do a lot of damage. Earthshaker, Crystal Maiden, they all have lots of burst damage, and I just don't think the Sentinel team could cope. So in that respect, they're being outpicked. There's no reason that we don't see global strats anymore because they just don't work as well. But maybe Starsboba could actually show us something here today. Show that they have practiced this strategy well. So I'm quite interested to see what their metagame or what their mind game is, how they think they could cope with this such burst damage. I'm pretty sure they know they're a bit behind in terms of the stun department, and I just don't know how they could come back. So in the middle lane we have a Storm Spirit versus Zues. I will give the advantage completely to Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit has higher range, even though Zues has an Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning also pushes the lane quite a bit, so he's more susceptible to ganks. Whereas once ToFu hits level 6, he could be able to escape from ganks and whatnot quite easily. So with that, I definitely give the advantage to ToFu, and I don't think Zues is such a good solo. He's definitely not a bad solo, but not their best solo maybe. But on the bottom lane, looks like there's going to be a tri-lane. Nevermore, Crystal Maiden, and Earthshaker against Furion, Spectre, and Lion. Lion receiving a lot of damage, and he is just going down to below 100 HP. But Spectre does not care, just farming away, taking his he's taking Dispersion level 1. Usually players mostly pick Dagger at level 1, I believe. So quite strange to take a Dispersion. I guess he know that he's going to be in the focus of a lot of fight. Nevermore gets trapped, but tangles out. So really good play by him, and he is down to a very low HP as well. So on the bottom lane, you can see both teams exchanging a lot of damage, completely not being in friendly terms with each other as they should not be. And meanwhile, on the top lane, we see Morphling and Necrolyte just farming against each other. Just really a standard lane. I don't expect a lot of high kills or a lot of action, to be honest, in this lane. So I'm going to be focused my primary attention on the bottom lane as mid lane as well. Mid lane could get ugly really fast with Zues doing a lot of burst damage, and mostly ToFu being on the defensive for the couple levels. But I don't think that's ToFu, or I don't think Zues could get a really easy kill off, because ToFu does have quite a bit of regeneration to work with. And given with the map control that they have, they could definitely easily pick on the rune. On the bottom lane, you have just things roaming around while the respective carries of each team are just farming quite well. Again, Lion taking a bit of damage. Nevermore gets Hex, but he's throwing down Raze 1, Raze 2, 2 Razes. Perfect Raze by Razer.hyhy gets first blood. And that's not what the Sentinel want on the carry of the Scourge. So already early advantage by the Razer team, and definitely it's to be predicted because they do have that kind of burst damage. Furion taking another quite a bit damage, takes 2 rage. He should be careful. He's a hit away. Nevermore chasing. Maybe he's waiting for that cooldown on the Raze. He does have the mana for it. He's waiting for the cooldown, but looks like Furion's out of range, and Nevermore just got fogged a bit. Meanwhile, Lion and Spectre still farming, and meanwhile in the middle lane, both heroes are level 4. You can see Zues a bit behind in terms of last hit. He is down a lot of levels. Oh, 1 more hit, 2 more hit. Oh, he got it. Looks like I was right. Zues is being outlaned by a superior range, and some might argue superior player. ToFu not a bad solo. A couple games back, he actually showed us a very interesting hero pick, Invoker. So if you're an Invoker fan, please go on Ghost Gamer and dig that replay out. Really epic plays by ToFu. Not a bad solo player, and looks like he has farmed up quite a big advantage. Now Ring of Health on him, and he's definitely not going to be feeling as much hurt from Zues anymore. So Zues is already losing the lane. Now he should try his best to get